Hello to everyone joining on, currently in Rockaway Beach, where our power already got knocked out. Already some fences blown down. We got here in the nick of time before this strong wind started. I want to get this YouTube stream shared real fast. And then we'll get moving. Yeah, go ahead and share this stream around. Already gusting to 75 miles per hour here in Rockaway Beach, and this is just the beginning. Okay, shared to Twitter real fast. Already got this fence blown down here. You can feel the wind rocking the car. Okay, now I just got to share this over to Facebook real quick. The data is too low out here to stream to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Oh, looks like the power might have just come back on for the moment. Woo, that's good. Power just came back on for the moment. Okay, about to get my move on here. All right, finally moving. Power flickered again. Maybe I'll roll my other camera here so that when the power goes out, I can capture it. Anyways, guys, Benjamin Yurkovich here with Washington Weather Chasers, currently down in Oregon, Rockaway Beach, where we have a strong windstorm beginning to take shape. We have a long sub. We have a deep sub 970 millibar low off the coast. Already took out power to town here once, but thankfully it brought it back. 5th Avenue, that's where I am. Okay. Power came back on for the moment, so that's nice. I'll leave my dash cam running just in case there's another big power surge. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this stream shared around too, so that more people can hop on and watch the show. just going to go down to the south end of Rockaway here. That's where the wind is gusting up to 75. But in our hotel, we could hear the wind just buffeting. Yeah, the winds down in the Willamette Valley could definitely get stronger tomorrow too, with the passage of the low. The low is just now approaching the coast, and then as it makes landfall in Washington, the pressure gradient that it brings in to northwest Oregon could definitely bring a strong surge of southerlies up the I-5 corridor, even up into Portland, and then also the I-5 corridor for Washington State up to about Everett can get strong winds as well. I was doing a live update for YouTube and Facebook, and then the power went out at my hotel. I can feel the wind buffeting the car. .8 miles to my turn here. My wife is already going to bed back at the hotel, getting her energy for tomorrow. She knows tomorrow's going to be a long day of windstorm chasing. But yeah, if you're enjoying storm chasing live streams like this, please go ahead and hit that like button. And also, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Alright, the wind is just ripping through here, buffeting the car. That tree right there is moving erratically in the wind. Super strong wind now coming off of the water right here. There's a little Smith Lake just to my right, just to my west. Incredibly strong wind down here. White knuckling the steering wheel. I'm not going to stay out here for very long. I just wanted to see how strong it actually was down here on the south end of Rockaway. And then I'm going to go back to the hotel. It's kind of nice that the rain down here is stopped for now. Kind of cuts back on the visual of the wind, but it's easier for driving, that's for sure. Got a full tank of gas on the vehicle, and I got some extra gas in the trunk just in case the gas stations all lose power in the area. Very, very strong wind right now. The last I checked, it was gusting to 75 down here. We'll check it again once we get to where the anemometer is. Woo, baby! Wow! Very strong. Wow! It feels like I'm having to press the gas so much more than I normally do to accelerate. Alright, here's my turn. Turning onto Cedar Street, Rockaway Beach, Oregon. Looks like the power is still out down here unless it went out again. See those trees moving in the wind right there. Pretty dark in here, can't really see the road that well. Let's see. Alright. All the cones are knocked over. Quite a bit of small tree debris coming off these trees here, which have experienced many, many storms over the years. I think I might have been doing my live update for the page during the peak of this possibly, but that would happen. If so, it happened a little bit earlier than the models were showing it was going to happen, but it's still pretty windy out here. Warning for your safety. Be aware of the ocean hazards. High waves and logs may roll onto the roadway. That's no fun. Maybe I won't go any further. I don't really know how much closer the ocean is here. But it's gusting pretty good here. You can see the trees moving around. Oh yeah, look at that tree moving. I'm gonna step out here just to hear it. Wow. It's warm out here too. Oh, power flashes. Power flashes just to the north. Woo! I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that is just wild. Roaring through here. Right when I stepped out, I saw a power flash to the north. So I'm down here by Barview Jetty County Campground. This is where the 75-mile-per-hour gust was recorded not too long ago. It's still gusting to 73 now. Oh wow, there was a peak gust of 83, guys. Peak gust of 83 here, down here at this park. At 9 p.m. So like in the middle of my live update, it gusted to 83 miles per hour with winds sustained at 50 miles per hour. Flashes going off to my south. Alright folks, I'm gonna adjust the camera here just a little bit. Huge wind. Giant wind here. Alright guys, I'm going to step out and experience this here. Just so you guys know, the ocean is not super close to this spot at the moment here. Shaking the car. Alright, I'm going to make a different live stream for my Facebook page real quick. "83 mile per hour gust here not too long ago, Rockaway Beach, Oregon. Power flashes going off to my south. Wow. Seriously. Okay, I'm gonna step out again to experience the power of nature. So just 1 second here. Here we go. Alright, if you love wind, go ahead and heart this post. If you hate wind, go ahead and wow this post over on Facebook. And if you're watching on YouTube and you're enjoying this content, go ahead and like this YouTube and perhaps consider subscribing and sharing this around. Blowing good. Alright guys, Benjamin Yurkovich down here on Rockaway Beach, Oregon. I'll probably make my way up to Washington tomorrow, but I think some of the strongest coastal winds are going to be down here on the Oregon coast. But also the southwest Washington coast could get some extremely strong winds, and the National Weather Service has a wind warning up for possibly up to 80-mile-per-hour winds in the southwest Washington coast. There's already been an 83-mile-per-hour gust down here in Rockaway, and it could get even stronger. And also, tomorrow there could be a sting jet, which is like the occluded front of the low, where just really, really strong winds mix down to the surface, and they can usually come straight out of the west, right off the coast, into the land. Car is rocking here. I'm gonna step out again real quick. Here, I'll step out with you guys. I'm sure you guys would love to get outside. So let's do that. That is what dreams are made of. Oh. Holy smokes. Car's rocking back and forth with this gust. Huge wind. By the way, thank you over on Facebook for those of you guys sending stars. I really appreciate that. And also for those of you over on YouTube, I've got Super Chat enabled if any of you guys are interested in doing something like that. Excuse me. So we should be getting pretty close to the peak of the southerlies here, and then tomorrow morning, probably like mid-morning I'm thinking, is when the peak sting jet winds are going to occur down here on the northwest Oregon coast and southwest Washington coast. Could be maybe mid-morning as well, maybe a little bit later in the morning. And then a strong pressure gradient is possibly going to move across the I-5 corridor from about Everett south, and when that occurs, it'll bring strong winds up from the south. The European model is showing that the max wave height out here could be 50 feet, possibly 50-foot waves possible. Not every single wave will be that. Thank you, Deborah Borch, for the stars. I really appreciate that, as always. Probably not going to go too far down this road. I just want to see if any trees have gone down, what the wind is like right down here, and then I'm going to turn around so I don't get blocked off here. But the wind is just wind tunneling down this road right here. Yeah, there's somebody with their flashes on over here, so I'm curious what that's all about. Hoping my wife is able to sleep back in the hotel that we got, because the hotel room we have, the wind on the inside is so loud. By the way, if you guys were watching the live update earlier, the reason why it cut off is because the power went off inside the hotel. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and turn back around, head back towards Rockaway. I'll go up to this corner here and then I'll turn around. Don't really like driving around in the dark, in the wind, near trees and stuff like that. So there's a few rocks in the road right back there. That's a good example of not wanting to drive around in the dark. The wind right here on this bluff, though, is just nuts. Goes a little bit farther to this viewpoint. Branches down. Alright, we got a viewpoint right here. I'm sure the wind will be quite nice. Quite nice, Clark. Okay. Got a couple big trees here, so I'm not going to stay here, actually. Not even going to get out. Let's see branches littering the parking lot here by this viewpoint. Not even going to bother. Widowmakers are not a joke. come one. Thank you for the stars over on Facebook. Trying to figure out who sent it. Can't tell at the moment. But yeah, thank you to whoever the last person was that sent stars. Really appreciate it. Oop, a couple rocks in the roadway right there. Nasty. Oh, big rock right there. I wonder if this guy has a flat tire. I'm gonna check on them real quick. Make sure they're okay. Well, that poor guy, he hit the rocks that came off the cliff back there and got a flat tire. But they have someone coming up to pick him up. They only have a donut in there, it sounds like, and he has to go a pretty good distance. So he's not going to try to go too far on the donut itself. So yeah, I gotta be careful for those rocks. They gave these guys a flat tire. That's crazy. And then I think this guy up here might also have the same thing. I'm gonna pull over and see how these guys are doing real quick, see if they need any assistance. Oh yeah, they're changing a flat tire too. Yeah, those guys back there with the truck, they had a floor jack and everything, so they were fine. They almost had the new tire on. Yeah, sorry guys about the nasty glare. Here, I'll see if I can. So now I'm kind of driving with the wind, which is a lot easier to do than driving into it. Going back towards the town of Rockaway and my motel. Yeah, if you're over on Facebook, if you like wind, go ahead and heart this post. If you hate wind, go ahead and wow this post. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and give this video a like. If you're enjoying this live streaming content, consider subscribing to Washington Weather Chasers. And let me know what the conditions are in the comments where you are, guys. Currently, I am near Rockaway Beach on the Oregon coast. We have a strong mid-latitude cyclone just off the coast. It's sub 970 millibars, probably close to 965 millibars. We'll have to find out what it bottoms out at. But it is delivering strong winds to the coast. It's already gusted to 83 miles per hour here in Rockaway Beach. Strong winds are also coming for the southwest Washington coast. Wind gusts up to 80 miles per hour possible there as well. My buddy Michael Snyder spent the whole entire day dropping weather probes up and down the coast. They put a weather station in Ocean Shores, I think it was, or it was Ocean City. I can't remember which town. But yeah, this could also bring strong winds to not only just the coast, but it could also bring strong winds inland too. So if you live inland, anywhere west of the coast, from about Everett south, you guys can get some pretty strong southwesterly winds with this, down through maybe like Salem, up through maybe Everett or so, and over towards Monroe. So that goes from all the way over to the Hood Canal, Kitsap Peninsula, over across the Puget Sound into south Snohomish County, King County, into the East Puget Sound lowlands. And there could be some strong southwest wind as the pressure rise comes after this low makes landfall on the Washington coast. It's been a while since we've had a pretty strong low make landfall on the Washington coast. And tomorrow there's going to be a pretty high tide, and when there's low pressure like this, that also raises the water level. And out here on the coast, the wind is going to shift from being out of the south to out of the west, which could kind of have a bit of a surge effect. Seattle currently is at an advisory for 50 mile per hour wind advisory. Some of the models show Seattle getting stronger wind. I wouldn't rule it out. The high resolution rapid refresh model shows Seattle getting a 60 plus mile per hour gust. I mean, there's always the possibility that the high-resolution models could be overperforming, of course. Hey, Troy, over on Facebook, thank you so much for the generous gift of stars, 500 stars. Thank you so much, you're a rock star. Over in Yelm, the wind could get pretty strong there too, depending on the track of this low. I think you'd be in a pretty favorable spot for strong southwesterly wind with this low. If it tracks across the Olympic Peninsula, it maintains some of its strength and maintains that strong pressure gradient like the models are showing. Kirkland, Ivan over on Facebook. I think Kirkland could get some pretty strong winds tomorrow as well, but you'll be getting towards the north end of where the strongest southwesterly winds will be. So maybe like 50 on the high end would be a good guess for Kirkland, which would be a pretty big wind gust for your spot. No, the storm isn't probably going to be as strong as the Hanukkah Eve 2006 storm, but it is still a strong storm. For example, we have not had really any sort of decently strong mid-latitude cyclone landfalls on the Washington coast since 2016. We've had a lot of wind events, but we haven't really had a decently strong landfalling mid-latitude cyclone on the Washington coast. Monroe could get some decent wind out of this too, probably. Yeah, 2019, we did have some really strong winds. I think that was the January storm in 2019. But even that wasn't like a typical mid-latitude cyclone. That was just a kind of an elongated, tight pressure gradient pressurized that came up through Seattle. Thank you so much for the stars, Tammy Jorgensen. I really appreciate that generous gift of 520 stars. All right, we got ourselves a decent branch down across the road right here. Gonna take a quick shot of that. Yeah, August 2015, we had a strong mid-latitude cyclone, but that one tracked like right off of the coast. But even with that tracking right off of the coast, it still brought some strong wind inland. Yeah, I'm not kidding around when I say that I think this has some real potential. Hey, Reflect the Sun over on YouTube. Thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate that. So I think the peak southerly surge for the night possibly moved through here, and then it's going to get calmer for a couple hours here, and then we'll get some stronger winds later into the night, and then tomorrow morning is going to be the peak winds out of the southwest to west. I'm happy I was able to do a bit of a live update for you guys on the page, but I almost wish I was outside for when the power went out. Wind is still pretty gusty here. Stopping for the train tracks. All right, here on Highway 101. All right, huge wind gust just now. Big wind. The wind has not died down. probably going to head back to the hotel here pretty soon as well to get a little bit of shut-eye so I can have lots of energy for the real event tomorrow. There could be some really strong winds right off of the water into the coast tomorrow with the Sting Jet. Sting Jet is the feature that is on the southwest side of these strong mid-latitude cyclones, and they kind of serve to have a tighter pressure gradient and to mix some of the stronger winds aloft down towards the surface, and they can really pack a punch. We've gone a couple years without having a big mid-latitude cyclone like this. It's kind of nice that the power came back on for now. Right, Facebook, the stream is going to go black just for a moment here. I'm going to check what the West are doing down at the weather station on the south side of town. I did have a very Merry Christmas, Christina. Thank you. Okay, so the most recent wind gust is 73 here. I'm going to take a step out of the car and see if I can see any of the waves approaching the coast here. Man, I cannot believe how warm. It is so warm. Looks like the ocean is still way out there, but it's going to come quite a bit higher tomorrow, that's for sure. Okay, folks, I'm gonna go south again just a hair, see what I can see. Thanks to those of you guys sending stars. Ruth Mary Land, if you want like a home weather station, I suggest Davis Instruments. They have awesome, accurate weather stations that provide really quality data. I don't really recommend the weather stations that have the anemometer, the wind measurement anemometer, temperature, and rain gauge all in one, because you're going to sacrifice the accuracy of one of those readings if you have them all together like that. What I mean by that is it's better to get your anemometer with a separate sensor so you can get your anemometer higher off the ground. 10 meters above the ground is the ideal height to have an anemometer, not right on a ridge line of a roof. And then you want to have your rain gauge about 4.5 to 6 feet above the ground, and that can be paired with your thermometer. And that's the ideal setup. A lot of these modern day weather stations have them all paired together. And what happens is if you have your, let's say if you have one of those weather stations that has a rain gauge and a thermometer and wind all on one solid unit, if you were to have that at a height to get accurate wind speed, that's going to affect the accuracy of your rain, precipitation, and also going to affect the accuracy of your temperatures. Because the most accuracy of precipitation, accumulation, and temperature is 4.5 to 6 feet off the ground, but the most accurate wind measurement is 30 feet, roughly, above the ground. So if you were to have that one unit really high off the ground, it could like kind of blow some of the rain out of your measuring device, and the temperature could be a couple degrees off from what it actually is down at the surface. And if you were to have your wind, your anemometer at 6 feet above the ground, you're not going to get accurate wind speeds. You might get accurate rain and accurate temperature, but you're not going to get accurate wind speeds if your anemometer is only 6 feet above the ground. So if you're most interested in the wind, you want to get that anemometer at least, I mean, if you can get it 30 feet into the air, that's what I recommend. On my house, I've got a antenna, an extending antenna strapped to my chimney going 20 feet higher than the roof. And that gives me pretty close to 10 meters and pretty accurate wind data in West Lake Stevens. So the wind is still ripping out here. I'm gonna pull into this road here and just crack the window, see what I can hear. Okay, the Facebook stream's gonna go black just for a second here. I'm gonna check the readings. Alright, sorry about that. If you guys are doing any wave watching out on the coast tomorrow, just make sure and not go on any jetties or anything like that. It's safe to go by a jetty, just don't go up on it. Because you never know when there's going to be like a rogue wave. Yeah, so the National Weather Service is predicting giant waves on the coast, but the European model is predicting max height of possibly 50 feet high waves out here. So you pair that with strong westerly wind, which is going to serve to kind of push the water. It could be essentially kind of a surge effect if the bent back occlusion actually does occur, and those giant waves, it could mean trouble for some spots. I'm gonna go south here one more time and then I'll turn around and go back to my hotel, get some shut-eye. I'm gonna wake up around high tide just to kind of see how things are doing on our street, make sure there's no trouble occurring with waves or whatever. And then we're gonna be observing satellite imagery, stuff like that, and making sure that we're in a good position for that sting jet that's gonna come ashore somewhere on the northwest Oregon coast, southwest Washington coast. And for all of you guys watching over on YouTube, thanks for hopping on. If you guys aren't acquainted with me, my name is Benjamin Yurkovich with Washington Weather Chasers, out here covering what could end up being a pretty substantial windstorm for the Oregon coast and Washington coast, and possibly inland as well. Already gusted to 83 miles per hour here in South Rockaway Beach, down by the Barview Jetty County Park. And there could be more wind gusts of that caliber up and down the coast as we go through the evening into the morning. If you're enjoying this content, please make sure and express that via hitting the thumbs up button. And you can also share this stream around. Benny in the jets, and Benny in the jetties. That's funny. Yeah. And for all of you guys watching over on YouTube as well, I've also got super chats enabled, which is cool. That basically enables you guys to highlight a comment. So you can, if you want to ask a question or whatever and make sure that it gets seen, that's one way to do it. But it's also an easy way to support me as a creator and weather guy out here, and helps me bring you guys coverage like this. And over on Facebook, that's what the stars are for. It helps support me and bringing you guys coverage like this. Okay, thank you for the stars, Chris. I'm gonna pull into this lot here one more time, see what the wind is doing now. Wind is still blowing pretty good. The high resolution models definitely did well with the peak wind gusts for this spot. 83 miles per hour so far. I'm not sure, Drew, over on YouTube, just how many people are out of power here just yet. If any of you guys have a link for the power companies down here, it'd be awesome if you guys could send me that. Thank you so much, Troy, for those stars. Really appreciate it. Troy says, enjoy the rest of your night, man. Thank you for all that y'all do. No problem, Troy. I enjoy doing this more than you guys even know. Let's step out together one more time. And then I plan on bringing you guys a lot more live coverage tomorrow during the daylight. Tomorrow is going to be nuts, I think. hear me. Sorry about that. So yeah, here. Let me know if this is any better. I'll roll out of the window here so you guys can kind of see what's going on. Alright, the lighting is not going to be as good, but there we go. So Benjamin Yurkovich here, down by Rockaway Beach, where we had a wind gust to 83 miles per hour about an hour ago or so. And also, the most recent wind gust is 73. The wind is actually absolutely ripping down here. I've seen some power flashes off in the distance over downtown when I was giving a live weather update. The power went out during the middle of the update and actually cut off the stream. But yeah, already an 83 mile per hour gust out here, right on the Oregon coast. The wind is out of the south right now. But as we go into the morning, expecting that the wind is going to switch more to out of the southwest to possibly straight out of the west down here on the coast as the bent back occlusion or sting jet on the southern end of the low comes onto the coast, and this brings a brutal punch of wind. All right, we have a huge wind gust that just came through, shook the car. But yeah, really what I'm chasing tomorrow is that sting jet that's right there on the southern end of the low. Once that swings through, it is just going to be brutal. Also going to be some huge wind waves out here on the coast. The European model is showing possibly max height winds of 50 feet right off the coast here, of possibly 50-foot high waves. But I think the National Weather Service, last I saw, was calling for 35 footers, but someone I was talking to earlier said that they upped it to 40. So yeah, pretty sweet, crazy storm out here, but it could be pretty impactful, unfortunately, for some areas. As that westerly surge comes through tomorrow with the bent back occlusion and sting jet, there could kind of be a bit of a storm surge as well. That's one thing I'm concerned about. And then also, when there's low pressure like this, the low pressure serves to raise the ocean levels as well too. Thank you, Justin Parker, for the stars. I really appreciate that. I think today was a king tide, but tomorrow the high tide isn't going to be quite as high as it was today, but it might not really matter because with the low pressure coming in, the low pressure can serve to raise the waters. And then with the wind and the waves, there could definitely be some nasty coastal flooding on the coast. All right, if you're watching over on Facebook, the screen's going to go black just for a second here. Okay, so the last wind gust is still at 73 down here in Rockaway. I'm gonna head back to my hotel and I'm gonna force myself to get some sleep. So I'll stream as I head back. But it is gonna be important to get some sleep before yeah, what we're gonna do tomorrow. But again, really appreciate all of you guys sending stars and super chats and stuff like that. Thanks for the reminder about the rocks, whoever just said that. Christina, thank you for that reminder about the rocks. Thankfully, I do have a full-size spare for this vehicle in case I do get a flat. And there's some of the rocks right there. You know what I'll do? Maybe I'll hop out and try to kick some of those rocks off the road further up here. Yeah, Drew, mentioning Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. If you're watching this, I highly recommend Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. He does a great job with basically daily weather updates. Michael's a buddy of mine and very reliable source, so definitely think, yeah, he's worth subscribing to. Michael Snyder with Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. I don't think Drew's a shill. It's okay to plug other channels on my channel. Okay. Rockaway, almost to where my hotel is. Okay. Oregon does have storm chasers, Denise. Might just not have as organized of a page like this. However, there is Pacific or PDX weather group. That's a good group to share information in. But Garrett Hartung, he's a storm chaser I know that's from Oregon. There's a couple others, but I'm kind of drawing a blank. Wow, thank you so much for the stars. Troy Barrios, thank you so much for that generous gift of 1,000 stars over on Facebook. Well, Denise, I mean, if Oregon ever gets big storms like this, like ones that really stand out, I'm not opposed to coming down to Oregon and chasing down here, even though you know, my page is called Washington Weather Chasers. I will chase pretty much anywhere in the Pacific Northwest. I'll go to Idaho, I'll go to Oregon, I'll go to North California. I've even considered going to East Montana for a blizzard. So, yeah. And of course I will fly out to the plains to chase tornadoes as well. One second, the iPhone for the Facebook is going to go black. All right. Got to remind myself where my motel actually is. But yeah, thanks for joining on with me tonight, guys. I did a bit of a live weather update earlier, talking about what I think could happen wind-wise. I didn't get quite as far with it as I was hoping to because the power went out, which is probably a good thing because that forced me to get out of my hotel and actually check out the wind driving around. But I am going to head back to the motel now and grab a little bit of sleep. I'm about a mile away. Downtown Rockaway Beach right now. Okay, folks, made it to my hotel here. You can see I can see that the ocean is creeping a little bit closer to our hotel here. The high tide is in about 5 hours here, and there's going to be some pretty big waves. So I'm going to wake up and see how, wow, you see that sand blowing by? That is sand blowing by out there, guys. I'm going to step out here just for a second. elevation here. We've got a second story. Our hotel room is right on the second story on the southwest corner, so it's going to be a nice loud sleep. One of the best parts of windstorm chasing is getting sandblasted. But yeah, so our hotel room is right on the southwest corner. It's going to be nice and windy. And we also have a balcony, so I should be able to step outside and see what the ocean is doing. But yeah, folks, I am going to go ahead and go to sleep, but I will talk to you later.